import the stats for the Dragon Totem? Could we just be like, oh yeah,
Do you have to? All right, we are live, and I am making social posts.
Okay. Sounds good. I will do the same.
I made a social post once.
It didn't go well.
Well, I can't log into Twitter anymore, so I guess not.
Evidently not.
That was an effective post.
Yeah, it was too
I
good.
thought so. Polarizing at the very least.
You overreached.
Nonsense. I'm sorry.
That'll teach me to evangelize the flying spaghetti monster.
I would,
Sorry, what?
I would say I'm still in that bracket of amount of subscribers where even bad press is good press.
Well, I can help you on that front.
I have faith that you would. Anyway,
All right.
BluePopStream, woo!
Hello. Is that a tradition every time you start up your stream?
Yes.
that you crack
Absolutely.
open a-
This is
okay, I
BluePopStream.
get it. I get it.
In fact, it's such a tradition that whenever I do my Tokusatsu podcast, the literal first thing you hear when the fucking theme song starts is me cracking a pop. That's in the actual opening bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
They're still waiting on the sponsorship from
Yeah.
the pop company, but eventually we'll get it.
I'm not sponsored by Pepsi, but maybe if we capture this target.
I'm sure Pepsi is all for it.
Yeah. So just a bit of context to my specifically situation. I just came back from a weekend adventure of sorts. I drove 9 hours myself, and like I had my siblings in the car with me, but I did 9 hours of driving myself, almost uninterrupted. We only stopped because we had the gas. And I got back to my house at 3:30 this morning. So if I'm a little low energy at some points, apologies.
Completely understandable.
Alternatively, if they're more fun, just go ahead and like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was
Do
out of
all of it, bingle the bingle.
Yeah.
You know.
I was out of town for my uncle's funeral, which was a beautiful service until the pastor decided to shoot his shot and advertise his religion to the live stream.
When you said shoot his shot, I thought he was gonna hit on somebody in the crowd. I was like,
Like the widow.
Oh, that would have been a completely different situation.
I was about to say, what is being a pastor if not shooting your shot with people for Christ? So
No. When I say took his opportunity to promote his religion, he went on a fucking 20 to maybe 30-minute tirade about how you need to believe in God and Jesus and be judged, and if you don't, if you're a heathen or an atheist or a heretic, you will be damned for all eternity. So think that, but elongated into a fucking 20 to 30-minute speech. I'm actually going to make an edited version of the service video because they live streamed it, where I take that segment and cut it down so it's like a 5-second fast forward clip. Literally everyone in my family was talking about how uncool that was afterwards.
that's honestly impressive to do a religious plug for 20 minutes. Like they should sell cars.
As much as he's a pastor, that takes commitment.
Right? I'm pretty sure that guy hadn't ever had this many people in his church before that day.
All right. So, anyway, now that we've wasted 5 minutes of our 2-hour session.
Yeah.
Not wasted. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say it like that.
2 hours is a guideline, not a strict thing.
True. What happened last week, friends?
We negotiated peace with our pirate new allies through amazing combination of good conversation and some killer stealth tactics.
And also the barbarian doing barbarian things, let's be honest here.
That
What I
too.
heard.
Okay, if I turn off this.
Let's not forget the time Ichi, turned into someone's twin brother.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes.
That definitely made the summary.
Okay.
Hopefully we have not seen the. Hopefully we have not seen the last of Fiven.
And
God.
we ended the whole thing staring down a dragon turtle. So yeah.
Oh
That's where we are.
Yes.
Speak up. We need to pay it.
Missing one particular point here. Where are you?
Oh, we're approaching the pirate city.
Called?
Tisbagà.
There you go.
Hey.
Who's getting inspiration this time? Does everyone have it? In which case, oh darn.
Yeah.
I still have
The audience gets it. The audience gets it.
In that case, audience, do we have any viewers right now?
Looks like we've at least one.
Awesome. If we want to remind people of this as potentially more people show up, audience, you get to let one roll be re-rolled. This is only one person, you can just kind of pick one.
Yeah.
But you can apply this to any character.
That's fun.
Yeah. Audience chaos.
Applies it to the shipbreaker.
I need to add that as a redeem.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so yeah, when we left off, Adema, you're not on this ship right now, are you?
No, I'm on the Thorn Rose right now, just watching, biting nails.
You would have seen a great plume of steam in front of your ship, like as in front of the Azure Tide, and then a enormous, almost looks like a moving island turtle surface alongside the Azure Tide. Crew of the Azure Tide, you saw this giant turtle's head surface beside you after the plume of steam.
Mm-hmm.
And its very large but beady eyes are looking at you. And you hear, "You are a brave ship." What languages does everyone speak?
Common and Elvish, I guess.
Draconic, Vidalcan, Goblin for some mysterious reason.
Wow.
And Common. I really don't know where the Goblin came from.
That's probably not plot related.
So,
Common and Primordial, but I'm on another ship.
and Primordial, okay.
And I speak Aquan, Common, Draconic, and Druidic.
Okay, then Adema's not on the deck here. So his Primordial isn't really going to help out.
Unless he knows message or something equivalent. Yes, no?
I can say I do.
Through my God, all things are possible, so jot that down.
Oh, are you gonna promote your religion now too?
What can I say? I've been imprinted upon. My malleable young mind.
I'm gonna go ahead and close my office door so I don't accidentally wake up the kid. Ooh, because I have a feeling there will be some goofs tonight.
And possibly also some gaffs. And maybe a jape.
Shenanigan?
Maybe a jape or two if you're lucky.
Are you guys in a loading
Yes.
screen by chance?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay. Awesome. You hear in Aquan, actually. You are brave to pass these seas without tribute. Who be you to come to Shipbreaker Strait? I believe only Kai understands that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can ask him we're with them. Just are we not included with them? Do we have to pay our own tribute? We're kind of a +1 deal.
+1.
So Kai responds, "Forgive us, lowly ignorant little souls, for passing through your waters without tribute. We were unaware, and I believe we can come up with something."
Offer him the
He
mural,
turns
maybe?
back to the crew, and he says, "Has anybody got anything shiny?"
What about the mural? Would that count? We never sold the mural.
You've got that. I gave that to you.
Isn't that just like a piece of a mosaic?
Yeah, it was just a piece of rock. I don't think it's gonna help here.
Offer it up, see if he likes it.
Worth a shot, I guess.
Yes, no?
That's up to you. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm just freaking out at the moment.
Yup. You hear. It's not a growl, but a very deep rumbling noise in response to what you said to him, Kai. To them.
A rumbling. Does it seem like a disapproving rumble?
Make an insight check.
Where am I? Here I am.
I will say it doesn't sound pleasant. You can't really make out specific tone, but it's almost grating to your small creature ears.
Okay, I turn back to the rest of the crew and stuff and be like, I don't think he's super happy with that idea. Does anybody think of anything?
For the record, this token here, that is the size of its head.
Fun.
Perfect. This isn't a fight our kind of way out kind of situation.
Oops. Excellent.
I am not going to respond to that assertion.
So Edema saw the plume of smoke from the other ship, yes?
Plume of steam, but yes.
Oh, my apologies. Presumably, Danny's still in earshot after having tossed the bracelet over.
Yeah.
And she did tell Edema after he asked, is that gonna suffice for both ships? And she was like, it depends how lucky you are. So I would like to continue that conversation if you don't mind.
Sure.
Be like, Danny, supposing they're not as lucky as we're all hoping, then I suppose I could buy something shiny off you. And I'm sure you've got plenty considering you're pirates and all that.
What do you have to offer?
That depends on how shiny what you got is.
Well, I will be right back. And she goes below. She tells you to wait where you are and goes below deck.
You hate to watch her go away, but you love for her to come back with something cheap.
I have a quick question, and I don't know if you can answer this or not. The object that they threw into the water, would we have any way of knowing if the creature ate the offering that was provided, or if it just sank to the bottom of the water? Is there a way we could discern that?
You could try to look over and see it below, but that would be a very difficult check. Considering how deep this water is.
I do have a swim speed.
That is a bold decision.
I'm trying to consider options here.
Does anyone have any odd treasures on them?
The
I
only,
have gold
other than-
and I have a sword.
I was like,
That's it.
I don't know if it wants actual money. If we offered it some platinum, maybe.
Well, she dropped like a necklace or a bracelet or something into the water last time, so
That's what I'm thinking.
Just random treasures, I think.
It was also a gem encrusted bracelet. That would fetch a hefty price.
It was real shiny.
I would like to actually try casting Detect Thoughts to see if I can determine from its thoughts whether it had devoured the previous offering and potentially others, or what it knows about them, because...
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what my options are with that.
Let me check something real quick. Just want to see some specific wording in here. All right. So it's when you first cast the spell. Well,
Its surface thoughts.
Focus your mind on any one creature you can see within 30 feet of you.
I appear to be within 30 feet of its face.
You are. It wants items of value.
Can I detect specifically what it is thinking about the offering that it just received from the other ship?
Are you attempting to probe deeper?
Sure.
Okay. It is going to make a wisdom saving throw. What is your spell save DC?
14.
Okay. It needs to roll a 6 or lower. Total of 24. Let me just check.
Wise as fuck. Holy shit.
I figured that probably would not do much.
The spell now ends.
Yeah.
And, oh boy.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could give it my ever-smoking bottle.
I legitimately debated.
Feel the ship shudder as the dragon turtle rakes it with its claws.
I want to try and reassure it. I'm just trying to get an idea of what exactly you're looking for so we can look among what we have and give you the perfect offering.
Again, in Aquan, it responds with, "You would do well to keep your mind to yourself."
Understood. Honest mistake won't happen again.
You speak Aquan again? Aquan now?
No, I'm having our one member translate that for me.
He does turn to Kai directly, like one eye focuses on Kai directly, and
sweet.
says, "Are you come to free the what word does he want to use? Are you come to rectify the wrongs?" That's how he's gonna say it. Also give me a perception check.
Okay.
From Kai as well.
Yes.
Perception?
Okay.
Whoever is currently on the Azure Tide and wishes to attempt the check may.
Okay.
Oh!
Oh!
Nice.
Okay, everyone sees this. It's not hard to see. But Kai spots it first. You notice there's something quite bright, almost digging into the flesh of this thing's head, that has a large gem on the back of it, and it does not look like an ornamental thing.
He's hurt?
Can I fly around and get a better look at it?
To put this in Dungeon Master, you can try?
Then I'd like to
He did ask you a question, Kai.
with slow
Oh yes.
slow
Kai
moves. I
does
want to.
respond in Aquan, telling you that indeed he is here to right the wrongs. And
Do we want to maybe find out what the wrongs are first?
and he would like to start with this big fella here, whatever his name may be, and help him with what is lodged in the top of his head.
1 second. You asked about a name, and now I need to generate one.
Come on, man.
Look.
Guguatu.
Names. Okay. How do I want to pronounce that? Okay, we'll go with that one. He says his name is Strawreg, and I'll type that in the chat here for you as well. There.
Neat.
And he says the thorn in his. Let me get the voice back. Sorry. This thorn in my scalp is placed by he who sits on what he has not earned. He has bid me protect this, protect what he deems his waters. Strike him down, and it will come free.
Well,
Okay,
Sounds like a
so I relay that information to the party and say that we can potentially be making ourselves a fantastic ally here on top of getting some cash reward.
I just want to, even though we probably won't be able to manually remove it out, I'll have Simon fly around and get a good look at it anyway.
As you get closer, you realize it's quite large, and what you see outside of his flesh is, it almost looks like a jeweled walking stick. And there is a large gem on the top of it.
Okay, so it's a walking stick.
It looks like it.
It's a control stick.
I want to like try using Mage Hand to remove it, but I'm worried that if I even try, it's gonna hurt him.
Yeah, I'm guessing like it's somehow connected to the dude that we're after.
There's a gem in it, you said?
Yes.
Can I investigate it and see if I can discern anything? Use detect magic on it?
Sure, you cast detect magic. It is enchanted with enchantment magic.
Awesome.
Magic of the School of Enchantment.
Yeah.
Which, just to clarify, because I say that because it sounds weird to just say, it's
Yeah.
enchanted with enchantment. Enchantment magic has some sort of effect on whatever is enchanted.
Mm-hmm.
And this can include let me search up enchantment spells real quick.
This is the worst back I've seen.
Oh, yeah. But something can also be enchanted with like evocation magic or conjuration magic, something like that.
Those are a lot easier to understand, though.
Yeah. Hold Person is an enchantment spell. Zone of Truth is an enchantment spell.
So it's a lot of utility.
Sorry?
So it sounds like a lot of different utility purposes.
Yes. Animal friendship, heroism, or hex, or sleep. Those are all enchantment spells.
Generally mental stuff is.
Yeah. Could I get an Arcana check as well? And I may give you some suggestions as to what this spell might particularly be. Okay, and I think... Let's check what... Cool. So this could be... like, some... Given what you have been told, and your even cursory knowledge of spells, and I'm saying that because this is on your like the warlock spell list. It could be something like dominate monster, or any of the power words, a really powerful suggestion spell, something like that.
All right, so I relay over to the others that it seems like someone, probably our target, has put a spell through this walking stick of sorts that is holding some measure of sway over our new friend Strawrag here. So I think maybe if we do as he asks and pursue the person in charge here who has taken what he has not earned, we can free them from the curse, I guess, for lack of a better term.
That still leaves it's a matter of paying him to get by. I don't think he's going to be able to just let us pass without doing so.
Was it not just mentioned that if we're here to take care of that, we'd be able to get by?
He told us how to remove it. He didn't say he'd let us by without paying.
He also asked if you were there to right wrongs.
Yes.
And said yes.
Did we clarify if that grants us amnesty from paying the toll?
No.
Can we maybe ask him to confirm that?
Absolutely. Guy turns back asking if, since we are here to right the wrongs, if we are allowed to pass.
Give me a... What kind of check do I want to ask for? Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, that's good because I'm fantastic with this stuff.
And reminder to the audience, you do have a choice of using your inspiration to help out.
Maybe I should use mine.
I don't know if I can give it I don't know how much I can be of help with. I've got good charisma stats.
The help action would not...
I was gonna say he already had advantage.
He already had advantage.
But I can use my...
Yeah.
Use your inspiration to reroll it.
Yeah, I'll use my inspiration.
Sure. Roll another. Okay, that's okay. He responds with, I would need something to appease this control. But value does not matter.
Okay.
And he takes out his 7 platinum and throws the bag overboard.
7 plat. Okay.
I was gonna say throw Airdrim, but yeah, sure, okay.
I was about to say, would this not be enough time in having passed that we'd have heard from the other ship?
Right. Sorry, cutting back to Adema. She comes back up with a... She opens a like jewelry box, and in it are several rings. Many of them look... I say many. There's probably 7 rings in this box. Most of them look rather valuable. and she says, "How much do you have to offer here?" And then we could start negotiating.
Enough to not get my friends killed. Would you throw the damn ring?
She reaches it, like, looks at them, grabs one that looks relatively like a simple band with actually an empty, like the fitting for a gem is empty. And she tosses it overboard as if it meant nothing to her. And she said, "There, and you can owe me for the cost of that."
Oh, we needed a number on that before I start owing anyone anything.
She smiles and says, 10 gold.
Fair enough, but just remember you owe me a drink first.
I haven't forgotten. And she winks at you.
Aye, and that's why I love you anyway. Back to Salem.
All right. So, yeah, you give him 7 platinum, Kai?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
It's coming off your sheet.
Oh, it did already.
You see this enormous creature's head kind of bob as if he's nodding and says, "I hope you keep to what you have said." And he dives. And pretty quickly there is no more sign of him.
Well, that went well.
Anyway, I just hope we can do what we said.
I was actually gonna throw in my short sword. It's got gold on it and stuff. It would have worked.
Sure.
But I don't need it. I'm not gonna do that now.
Danny also turns to you, Edema, and says, "Now, when we get into the port, it will take some time before I can arrange this meeting. I advise you and your companions, keep your heads low for the time being. Visit the tavern. They have a fantastic mead."
You say to keep our heads low and then mention us go to a tavern, you're basically asking for trouble, but I'll run it by you.
Nothing ever happens there.
All right. So the dragon turtle has disappeared. You sail a little bit more, and you get closer to this island in the distance. And before long, you see high cliffs at this northern tip, where it seems the Thorned Rose is angling towards. And I am pulling you all over to the map of this file. Oh, you are going to need tokens so you can see. Map,
Not when you have your imagination.
Imagination.
I'm gonna go ahead and remind you that the game is paused, by the way.
The game is paused. There you go.
I just triggered every Tokuger fan out there.
Okay, you should be able to see most of this town. I don't know how to just remove Fog of War for it altogether.
It's still at 98% on my screen.
Yeah, it's loading.
It's one hell of a loading bar.
This town is foggy as fuck!
You do all have tokens. It should be good to, don't know why it's taking so long, but it is.
It's gotta load all the drama and plot.
Tisbagà got hands.
This bitch foggy.
Now, I will say one of the other games that I'm playing in that is using Foundry, one of our players takes 10 minutes to load into the game.
Christ.
But the DM had everything up on Roll20 and then said, "I'm tired of Roll20, let's switch over." And you might actually just want to refresh the page there.
Okay.
Has the entire player list empties for me. Okay, cool. But all of the notes he had uploaded to Roll20 got transferred over when he used this converter, and so and that's not exactly efficient for Foundry. So it is a lot to load right away for anyone connecting.
Oh, I bet.
Okay, so here it says you are all still on the ship map.
I am waiting for the login menu to reappear.
Oh.
Loaded back up and back to 98%. That a boy.
Oh boy.
Poggers.
Nah, man, it's dark.
You should. What the shit? Vision.
By dark, I mean the square is black.
Yeah.
I could just have my eyes closed. Hang on.
Hold on a minute.
I'm just gonna give your tokens some dark vision so you can see things here.
Hey, look at that. There's stuff and things.
I'm back on the ship.
Okay.
Oh, this place is gorgeous.
All right. I am not 100% sure why it's not. You should be able to.
I am on the Azure Tide.
Yeah. Because now it's got Julian on the island map and everyone else on the Azure Tide. Okay, I'm going to reactivate this, which will kick Julian from that real quick.
Get out of my town.
It was nice while it lasted.
I want you to be there. I want everyone there, though. Guys, technology, like for all of those watching, I am my own production team.
We appreciate everything you're doing.
Activate. Let's go. Work, please. We'll give that some time, and I'll start describing as you go.
There
You
we
see from the like northern side of this island, as you
Oh, there we go.
come around from the east, you see that there is a break in the cliffs that seems to lead into a natural bay, and on top of those cliffs are two watchtowers ringed with cannons.
I see. I'm in now.
Yes, it is clear that is where the Thorned Rose is heading as well.
All right, so we should follow them.
Yep. You do so. Marcus, are you having trouble?
Yeah, the map isn't displaying for me at the moment. So for the moment, you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
It'll work. It's
Yeah.
saying the color.
And see here, is this what I want to do? No. Lighting. No fog. Token vision, yes. Oh.
It's not a vision issue. It was.
I know. But I'm just making it so.
I'm laughing.
Okay, I need to do this. Okay, I think I figured out how to fix the people just can't see issue. But so
See clearly now.
yeah. So you make your way into this in between these high cliffs. The gap is probably big enough for the two ships to actually pass like side by side through the gap without rubbing the cliffs or each other. But as far as like navigation goes, this is quite tight. What is everyone's passive perception as well?
15.
11.
15.
16.
16. Anyone higher than 16?
Nope.
No.
Looks like Kai has a 17 actually.
Yeah.
It would be the druid or the cleric that would have the high.
Oh, 100% it would be.
What do your turtle eyes see?
Kai, you notice that through a hole in each cliff beneath the towers, there seems to be a length of chain that comes out and dips underwater.
Ooh, shipwreckers.
But yeah, you as you come into this harbor, you see a small port town with several docks, along with this bay is almost crowded with how many ships are here. On the western cliff, there is up high. There is a looks like a military fort there. And then the town is sort of clustered on the southern bank. That is really the only part that is at water level, is the southern edge of this bay. It seems to be all different style of houses and ships as well. There's some that are they're the same size and design as yours. There are some that are very low slung to the ground and or to the water with large very angular sails. Those of you who have a little more experience sailing would recognize them as Okaran ship designs. But this seems to be a small but bustling port.
Looks like a fun place.
Yeah. Dama, Danny calls to close the sails and for her sailors to row in closer. And then before they get to the wharves, she actually drops anchor and lowers the rowboat to get to shore. She tells you to come with her and has one of her men signal to the Azure Tide to do similar.
All right, we do.
All right.
I guess we do the same.
Good.
Oh, damn, I thought you'd never ask.
So she and a couple of her men row you to the shore. You probably make landing in this area here. Yeah. She says, I have some personal business to attend to, most notably trying to get you your meeting that you've asked for. I will meet you at the reef.
And the reef is?
The reef is the tavern.
Oh, okay.
She points you in the right direction. There are a couple other places you may find interesting, but as I told your companion here, keep your heads down for now. The Black Eyes men tend to be suspicious of newcomers.
Simon shoots Ithvuk a small cautionary look and then turns back to the rest of them.
What'd I do? Come on.
We've been over this.
DM.
Yes.
Okay, just so I have it straight, is this the Dreadfort or is the Dreadfort a place on this island?
This is the Dreadfort here,
Oh, this
That's
is
what I thought.
okay.
overlooking the town.
Okay, so we're like here.
This is the business.
Okay.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna start asking around and see if there's any stores in the area.
Is any what? Sorry.
Stores, shops.
Oh, any sword shops? Sure.
I was going to say, let's get a general...
Not swords. Stores, just in general.
Stores? Or okay.
I was going to say, let's just get like a
sword shop.
general lay of the town and see what's what around here.
The first thing you notice is there's no real organization to this town. It seems like buildings are just kind of built where they are. And so anything to do with specific streets and similar, this is a confusing place to navigate.
I was going to say, what streets?
Exactly. It's very easy to find yourself in dead ends or turned around and back where you started. But yeah, you give me a Are you asking people about shops and such?
I just keep an eye out for anything that would look like wander.
Okay. Danny did point to this building here as the.
That's the reef.
That's the reef.
Do we have any rough idea of how much time we have before we need to be there? Because I don't know if we can check out any other important looking buildings before we head there.
She said that is where she would meet you once she had news over an introduction or similar.
Okay, so probably not the longest amount of time, but
I just realized I was focusing on Nintendo.
Oh, I was gonna say you still have that icon on you.
Yeah. I'm not sure how to token resources.
Alright, so
Yeah.
I guess best plan would be to just head in that direction, and if we spot anything interesting on the way, we can take a look.
Sure.
Well, this building over here seems kind of important.
Sure. So, where is it you would like to go?
Well, I guess I'm just gonna wander the town and see what's on.
Okay. Roll a d6 for me.
Alright, hold on. Gotta get to that menu. D6. Enter. Oh, 6.
Okay. So
Nice,
as you
question mark?
sort of, are you going alone or are you taking people with you?
I would go alone and try to be as unassuming as possible.
Sure.
Considering going with to keep out of trouble.
At any rate, he intends to leave on his own.
Are you trying to sneak away from me? Are we rolling for that?
That was implied, yes.
Oh boy.
Reminder, if you're rolling to detect me, you have to roll a disadvantage as well.
No. This also
Yeah,
doesn't qualify as a natural environment, so you don't get advantage from your cloak.
Oh, okay, let me roll that then.
Well, I mean, we'll just take... You rolled a 17, you just use the first die. You did not roll a natural 1.
So what am I rolling against him? Perception?
I mean, are you actively looking for him, or...
My intent is to follow him, to go with him, to make sure that he doesn't get into trouble, and he's trying to stealth away from me, so I'm trying to not lose him.
Okay. So it just to clarify for me, in character you'd be like, everyone keep your head down. That especially means you.
Yes.
As you do that, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Normal?
Yes.
That especially means you turns and I'm already going.
Damn it!
Yeah, exactly what happens.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, with a 6, you actually slip away off. You were told where you want to end up eventually, and you slip off in the opposite direction.
Simon curses under his breath.
You head up towards that building that you thought was very interesting. It turns out this is actually a warehouse for the shipyards that are here. I don't really have it on this map because I couldn't find a good icon for it, but also out in this sort of general area is a not the most advanced, but a functioning dry dock and shipbuilder's yard. Where maintenance can be done on these ships. You see several people, milling about carrying bits of lumber. There are large cranes, things like that, that would have repair parts and such for ships that may have taken more damage than they are happy having taken, which is any. And certainly more damage than a shipboard repair could fix.
making notes of that. I'm just gonna check each building.
Sure.
Anything that seems is
All right.
just a house I can make note of.
What is the rest of the party doing?
Unless anyone else has any other ideas, I think our plan was to just head towards the reef, and then if we spot anything noteworthy along the way,
Sure.
decide
I
if we
will
want to
say
look.
that as soon as we touch land, Barry will be looking for an older half-orc that kind of looks like her.
Okay. Sounds good. I will keep make a note of that here. As it stands right now, you don't see anyone who matches that particular description. The hell did my pencil? Okay. Sure. The rest of the party heads towards the reef. You notice that where the towns in Alvaronis and like cities in Alvaronis are usually pretty human dominated, and when you're in Stonegate, there were a lot of it was very much goblins, hobgoblins, bugbears, the occasional orc. This place seems almost like a true mixing pot of the races of the world. You get the general sense that this is a place where either everyone is accepted, or at the very least, no one gives a shit.
Simon observes that and is a little more relaxed as he's walking.
You actually see a few Owlkin, Simon, or Owlin, or however.
Yeah, I think it's owl folk. I think is the term.
Yeah, I've heard all three of those.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I think Simon would like note and like wow, but like not have the courage to talk to any of them.
Yeah. So you do see like the occasional, almost looks like a market stall here or there, but there's nothing major as far as like shops that you can see, like no big signs that say like get your swords here or anything like that. Don't know why I'm on swords. I'm sorry.
Sword is the default weapon.
You're right. It really shouldn't be, but that's a different conversation to have. Anyway, you guys make your way to the reef. The building is probably as you're looking at it, it's the largest building you can see in the local area. It's easily 3 stories high, and almost looks to have been made from parts from a shipwreck. And the occasional bit of like decorative sea life. It is also the busiest building in the area, and you can hear the sounds of revelry from inside. Does someone want to roll 2d6 for me real quick?
I'll do it.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. It's getting cloudy again. And it is getting on in the day. Like it's getting later. Probably mid-afternoon at this point.
So, well, if it's getting darker, I wouldn't have a problem keeping an eye out because of my dark vision. So I think what Simon wants to do is, being annoyed at having lost sight of our slippery friend, I think if everyone else wants to go inside, Simon will keep watch outside in case he happens by.
Rest of the party?
A demon definitely wants to get inside there.
Sure.
Yeah, heading inside.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna head back up to Marcus there. The next building that you see down Ithvuk, you've got like most of these are just like people's houses. But would you stay along the waterfront as you do this?
Nah, I can tell the water's over there anyway, so I'm not gonna get lost.
Okay.
I'm searching the entire town.
Sure. Okay, that will take some time, especially with how confusing these. I did the best I could with this map, but it's not nearly as descriptive of this town as I would really want it to be. I am but a novice cartographer.
I'm fine with that, with what we're here to do anyway.
Sure.
You placed all these?
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh wow, I think it looks good.
Thank you. I think the whole map looks a little bit empty, but that's me wanting to be a perfectionist. Anyway, where you, Ithvuk is right there. You actually see, like, there's a sign that says Eastern Watchtower, pointing in that direction, as well as farms. And like the path shifts from like the cobblestones of the town to a well-beaten and rutted dirt road. This building, the next building there, it looks like a stable building, which feels a little strange on the island here. But as you yeah, it looks like it would be stables, but that feels strange on this island.
I'll go in and see exactly what this is, because I'm curious about it.
You see, it is a stable, but there's no horses. You see, first of all, there's no like humanoids that you can see here. At least not at this time of day. Looking in the individual sort of like stalls, you see almost like large reptile-looking creatures. They're kind of just hanging out, relaxing. They don't even seem to react to your presence as it is.
Writing that down, and I'm going to move on and see what's going on in the next.
Sure.
Spilling over.
You again, like, you're kind of walking along the edge of town here, and this is just like, seems like a storehouse of some kind. The large doors are pulled shut. Yeah. And as you keep traveling west through these, winding towns and such, winding roads and alleys, and as best you can find your way through, you see the building that was indicated to you as the reef, looming larger and larger in front of you. You're gonna loop all the way around, aren't you?
I'm going around the outside of the town. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Do I spot him as he slips by as I'm keeping a lookout?
Give me a perception check. And are you actively trying to hide your presence, Ithvuk?
I've been just keeping my head down and moving, just casually trying to just keep people's attention. And for the record, my passive stealth is 19.
God. What?
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Oh my God, it is.
Rogues with expertise.
Wow. Well,
the crowd is moving pretty well. Like, it seems like the reef is sort of the unofficial center of town. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where you are now, Ithvuk, you've passed like several houses. You've seen even children running through the street, which feels kind of odd for a pirate town, but there's kids here. This is another warehouse. You see workers shifting crates around. If you want to look closer, you can try and make out what is written on these crates. But you don't have to.
Sure.
Okay.
Well. You want me to roll anything for that?
That would be a perception check.
Alright.
Okay, you see crates of a lot of it is just like general trade goods, things like fabrics or grains. You see a couple barrels that seem to be moving as if they're full of some sort of liquid, or stacked sheets of like iron ore, things like that. And give me a second here. Okay, you notice people kind of eyeing you as you are watching so closely, but no one specifically makes a move towards you.
I'll just raise my hand to casual, keep moving.
Sure. You see across the... Oh, you're just going across. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
As you cross the bridge there, it feels like the general tone of like people's tone has kind of shifted over here, if that makes any sort of sense. Almost everyone has some kind of weapon on them now, and they definitely feel, I'm going to use the word rougher, but not in the sense of like underprivileged or anything like that. More, you feel like these people all know how to fight.
So less citizenry and more personnel.
That could be one way to interpret that. You do see another building, like as you're over here. This is a rather large house here. This one is a place called the Cove, and as you walk past, what's your passive perception?
1 second. 15.
15. As you walk past, you can make out noises. When I said revelry for the reef, that's drunken revelry, laughter, music, that sort of thing. Here you hear it's much more low key, but similar, and you also smell perfumes and things like that. Yeah. From the exterior, you can't quite make out what's going on inside, but you do notice all of those things.
Just making notes of it and continuing on.
Sure. Around where you are now, people are watching you. You see up this. This is a different sort of stone path up this way, and then you see 2 more watchtowers flanking the top of this like cliff slope, and then the fort at the top of the hill there.
And what's this building here?
Sorry? That building? It seems like a blacksmith that is, at least as you approach, you see they are casting nails.
All right.
You see this ship here that you see along this wharf. I didn't describe to you probably the most dominating feature of this harbor here. This ship right here is enormous. It's pretty clear as you look at it. This is the White Saber. Was that the name? That's the name of the ship. This is Black Eye's ship.
Mm-hmm.
It is at least as large as the flagship that you had met with Admiral Holm on. You see 2 rows, like 2 decks worth of gun ports, along with probably 5 guns to a side on the main deck. And at the front of this ship is an absolutely enormous, almost looks like a mortar cannon. The image there is quite clear. There are 4 masts that are also quite large. This ship easily dwarfs yours several times over.
Of course.
Yes. And the ship at the little wharf here, Ithvuk, has the same pennants as you can see hanging from the masts of the saber.
Alright.
Anyway, back at the reef, while Ithvuk is off exploring, those of you who enter, as I've said, it is loud, it is busy, it is bustling, people are drinking, people are drunk. There are a few open tables, but it's almost standing room only in here, and that's being generous. Lots of people are on their feet rather than sitting at tables. That's the main floor. There's also a floor up of a sort of balcony that from what you can see here, it seems as though there are more tables there. Crickets.
What are you guys doing? I'm not
sitting in no top balcony, so I'm gonna take the first floor. I'm gonna squeeze me in some room near the bar and order up a drink.
All right, it takes a solid few minutes before the bartender's actually a minotaur. He comes over to you as he's chatting with people and says, "What can I get for you?"
Something to make me forget the rock of the waves, if you will.
Oh, I got just the thing here. He grabs a mug, pulls on a draft pull, and hands you an actually comfortably warm mug of mead. Says that'll be 2 silver.
Excellent. I'll give him the 2 silver. Try to squeeze myself into a corner so I keep my eyes on the exit.
Okay. What's everyone else doing there?
Guy is also grabbing a drink, and then he's gonna head upstairs.
Yeah, I stick near Kai.
Okay. Sure. On the second level, it's for the most part more of the same. It's a little bit, to use the word quieter isn't quite right because you can still hear all the noise from the main floor, but it's at least calmer. This seems to be where people are more engaging in polite conversation rather than rowdy, we're on shore leave conversation.
Grab a table where we can see a demo from.
Sure, you're right along the balcony there, but yeah, you get a table for 2 there at least. Yeah, and some time passes. It's very busy, but as you're doing your best to sort of keep an eye on things, Damo would probably notice first. Give me a quick second to roll something. Cool. That's not quite. I typed equals 2, not plus 2. So it was D20 equals 2.
Oh, all right. Whatever you say.
Rolled a D20 and the result was 2.
Wow.
Didn't realize you could do that, but apparently you can. All right. Dama, you notice near the bar a group of sailors talking quite loudly, and you hear you hear one of them say, absolutely drunkenly, "No, I'm telling you, they'll never get us. That stupid Navy has no chance. We're untouchable here. We've got the shipbreaker out in the bay, and that bounty, as big as it is never getting claimed." And it seems like they were talking to a friend of theirs who may be getting cold feet about being involved with someone who has such a large bounty on his head. Their conversations continues along those lines, but you kind of lose the you lose the thread of it as all of the conversations going on around you. At one point, a barmaid comes up to the two of you at the table upstairs, says, "Could I get the two of you anything? Maybe a refill there, my friend, or any food?"
I wouldn't mind a little bit of food and a refill, please.
Yeah, what do you have?
Oh, well, we've got... they just pulled some lovely pike out of the river here. But that's a little more expensive because you can only get so much in here, and there's a lot of people here. There's also, the usual tuna and salmon, and she lists like different kind of fish. Of course, all of this comes with the standards, bed of potatoes and a loaf of bread, all that sort of stuff.
And salmon sounds great.
Yes, 2 salmons. I will pay because Kai doesn't have money.
I love the question mark at the end.
I'm assuming.
He gave most
if
of
he
his
has
money.
any left, it's not much.
It's not a lot, no.
All right, she says, "Okay, I will be right back with anything to drink for you."
Just something light, if you can.
I will do my best. I'll be right back. And she walks off. You would assume, get all of that. Simon, you notice Ithvuk walking up to the tavern.
I was gonna check this building here first.
Oh, you're
standing out.
that is a. It seems like a small warehouse of some kind. No, not a warehouse. That's actually a powder store. You look in a window and it is full of barrels clearly marked gunpowder.
Okay, very good to know. We might actually need some of this.
Sure.
And then I'll just go in and buy, I'd say 6 mugs of the mead. Same mead heat up.
6 mugs. You would be walking past Simon to head in.
Hi, Simon.
There you are.
Yeah.
You get in. You. How was your adventure? You get up to any mischief I should know about?
I was getting the lay of the land. We need to know what's around here. We're dangerous.
I didn't do anything wrong, Mom.
Just exploring.
God.
If there was anything I was going to get up to, it'd be blowing up that store over there. And I would walk inside.
What? Wait, what's going?
I love it.
I follow him in, asking about what he found.
Sure.
Gunpowder.
Speaking of doing the wrong thing, can I raise a glass with our pirate friends here? Just because fuck the Navy.
So you raise your mug and just say "fuck the Navy," and there's a rousing cheer from the whole place.
Hell yeah, I'll drink to that.
Great moment for me to walk in.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You walk in as this happens.
Yeah.
So I in my head that happened like a beat later. After, like the rest of the cheer was starting to die off, and you just go, yeah. Sure. Okay, noted. Awesome. Not gonna make you roll anything there.
Okay.
All right. You then, because Adema just put up this ship, the two of you notice Adema in the corner there.
Now I'll head over to sit with him.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna go grab those drinks,
Yeah.
which was 1 gold and 2 silver.
Yeah, 1 gold, 2 silver, because there's 2 silver per drink. Kay and Kai, not Kay, I'm sorry, Barry and Kai. The barmaid comes back with a platter full. It's those like 4 fish dishes. She hands you your 2, sits down another mead, and she says, "This is the lightest we've got here. I hope it's okay. People don't often ask for that here.
Understandable.
I hope that's she kind of does some math in her head. That'll be 14 silver? Yeah.
Okay, I give her 16.
She says, "Oh, thank you very much. You two enjoy, and have a good night." She goes on her way again, sits down, plates the next table, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you two also would have noticed from where you are. Simon and Ithvuk walk in, you heard the cheer, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell yeah, Simon and Ithvuk are here?
Yeah, they came over to sit with you.
Yeah.
Bet. I'm buying them around.
Actually, I set down the drinks and give everyone one and keep
Hell
you.
yeah. Lads, I'd like to propose a toast.
Simon participates in the toast, but just pretends to drink, doesn't actually drink.
Fuck yeah, you do. May our coffers be laden with cold. May the winds be ever at our backs. And may the Navy ever suck on the aft end of a shipbreaker.
Yeah, I got another rousing cheer through the entire bar.
I love these boys. I may never leave.
I see Simon not making it drink up. Backwards on.
Your Mike did the thing again.
Sorry.
Gotta go
I
fast.
see Simon not drinking, and I'm gonna drink back.
And take his drink from him, sorry?
No, I'm gonna tip it back, force him to drink a little.
Oh,
Consent is important. Hang on.
That
I would very much like to try to stop that.
Yeah, let's go with, I'm gonna say strength, not because you're trying really fucking hard, just because you're trying to overpower him a little bit to do this. So give me contested strength rolls.
All right. Ability check.
Yes.
God damn it!
Oh,
No!
Not alcohol!
This is what you crit on!
Fucked up.
Oh no!
I'm not gonna point out his entire chest, just a little.
good
Yeah,
night. It's fixed that you're not drinking, are you? Okay.
Simon, it gets in your feathers.
No!
Yup. Okay.
Simon knocks the glass, the mug out of his hand.
I'm gonna roll against that one.
Sure. Give me a.
Oh, that was almost another 20.
Simon?
Am I rolling another strength check?
Sure, just do the same.
Okay. Fuck.
I was actually thinking about rolling acrobatics to avoid that too.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah. If that was acrobatics, I imagine it would be much higher.
Probably.
Yes.
You're still shaken from, the dribbling into your feathers. And he, easily avoids your swat. As this is all happening, you...
Don't mind me, just looking through my spell list.
Who? Oh, no. Have you short rested? Oh, actually, your detect thoughts is an invocation thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Never mind. Yeah. Edema, are you entertainedly watching the two of them?
Let's see. Was the swing just made? Is that what I just witnessed here?
Oh, kind of. Ithvuk,
I would like to get in between the lads. This is a time for celebration. We've
I'm
made
just
it.
waiting back and laughing. I'm just laughing at this happening. I'm not going to start anything. I did start something.
I am going to say you're a little distracted by that. Kai probably noticed first from the balcony. Danny walks in with Piran, her first mate. She looks around and makes her way towards Edema and Ithvuk and Simon.
I make sure that Barry knows that she sees them.
Yeah, Barry's watching horrified, thinking that a brawl is about to. We're about to cause a brawl in the pirate town.
What? Never.
Usually,
it would be quite the hell of an initiation.
Hey, usually she would be all about it, but not right now.
By the way, just as a quick aside, I also want to make note that Simon looks around at everyone else in the room and makes note of the people who seem like they're part of the crew of the Saber.
Okay, it's
Kidding, we're all crew of the Saber. Yeah,
give me a perception check, Simon.
Okay. This will be useful later. That's what I crit on!
There you go.
It's a night of weird crits.
Really though. This one is at least looking for information, so it
I
makes sense.
see the fuck out of them.
Yeah. Looking around, you see how many do I want to put here? You see probably if the at least this main floor holds 100 people. 20 of them look like well-off sailors.
Okay.
That isn't to say that they are officers or whatever, but 20 people look like their ship is doing well.
Okay.
They look like they can afford expensive underwear.
Something like that, yeah.
Or underwear at all.
Naturally. I'll drink to that.
All right. Also, looking around, Simon, you see most people have some form of blade on them. A few even have flintlock pistols.
Okay.
Also to note, there was no one at the door checking weapons.
Yeah.
And alcohol and weapons always mix well.
Well, it wouldn't have been a concern for me if they had checked weapons. I just would have snapped and made my bow disappear.
Yep. Oh, I figured.
Wait, are none of the Morning Stars here? What?
They actually, Tumis and Fornold are here.
I was about to say, some of them probably walked in with Danny.
They actually walked in. They were here when you got here. They landed and made a beeline. Yeah.
Should invite them over to the table.
Danny, you should not. Danny walks over to you as Simon has a bit of mead running through his feathers, and Ithvuk is just laughing his ass off about it. And she says, "So, is everything okay here?"
Simon just crosses his arms and doesn't respond.
Okay. She says, "Well, I've managed to arrange an introduction for you. For your captain, whoever that might be, in the morning."
Well,
Okay.
now we have a decision to make.
Well, that sounds like a future problem. Danny, about those drinks.
Yes, of course. She sort of like stretches up on a chair and waves at the bar, holds up 3 fingers, and waves again. You get the sense that she is well respected here.
Wow, shit.
She a big deal. And she says, "So, that I don't know." No, the meeting is for your captain, but he does want to see all of you, or at least all of your officers, in the Dread Fort. I don't understand. He's strange at times. But yeah, he wants to meet with your captain and see all of the officers, and take your measure, as it were. Yeah. We will meet probably here in the morning, but in the meantime, yes, drinks all around.
All right.
And
Well,
as she says that, even the Minotaur bartender comes over and sets down a whole bunch of pots of mead in front of all of you, which means, Ithvuk, you now have 3 drinks in front of you.
I am fine with this.
As he should.
Yep.
I thank Danny for setting up everything and being true to her word.
Speaking of being true to the word, forgive my manners for mixing business with pleasure, but I gotta put the 10 gold in front of Danny because I owe her still. For your troubles and for helping us out.
She just inclines her head in thanks and says, picks up her mug, taps on the table. Cheers.
I'll drink to that. Fuck yeah, cheers!
And I down an entire
Jeez.
Good night.
Sure. Noted. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I was about to say
Fucking
con save.
This first one is a low DC. Don't worry.
Oh, there's gonna be multiple.
No.
Depends how many drinks he chugs.
Time for a mini game.
This is literally why I gave myself iron.
Oh my god.
Attaboy.
Yep. I believe it. This is also the character that spent the entire first session saying, "I steal wine from the Navy."
Yes. For the I got away with it too. I'm fine.
He did.
Yeah.
He's gotten away with far too much.
Yeah.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Watch me.
Right.
I'm trying!
The rest of the
better.
night passes. Could I actually get a D20 roll from a charisma roll from everyone?
Can do.
It's almost as if I have a +0 to such a thing. Hang on.
That could have been better.
How did I beat Simon?
I'm pissed off!
Always love me. Hang on. Hey.
All right. Okay. So, the rest of the evening passes relatively smoothly. Kai, you take a drink wrong. Like you're the one who ends up throwing up at the end of the night.
Oh no.
But you've made landfall. You got past a motherfucker of a turtle. You're close to the end of your journey. You're doing well.
Perfect.
Ithvuk, can I ask you a question? And the answer is very important.
Okay.
Do you ever cut yourself off?
Nope.
2 more Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
What an answer.
Would anyone else cut him off?
Edema definitely wouldn't.
I feel like as long as we can all agree that he's not going to be the one we send in as captain, Simon doesn't give a fuck. Well, there it is!
There we go.
You pass out.
Consequences!
I am fine with this.
The consequences of my actions. No.
Oh no!
Yeah, you pass right the fuck out. Where, I assume you guys are still at the table in the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Barry and Kai, would you have joined them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ithvuk passes out, and it's up to you to figure out whether you want to take him with you wherever you guys are spending the night or whatever.
I think
Or
it
if
is
you want to
answer
face the
this.
consequences of his actions. Let me.
Edema would volunteer to carry the lad.
Oh,
Okay.
before I black out, I was actually going to share my notes from the town with everyone, so you all know
Okay.
at least build up.
Yeah.
Guys, it's like a house is full of gunpowder.
You're not gonna believe this. The whole place is just full of it.
Just like a house where they fix boats. It's crazy.
Where's
Yep. You witness 3 straight up fights. 2 guys just swinging for the fences.
Are we taking bets on them?
Do you want to?
I do.
I love the way you said
Well, I was gonna say, so these are Buddy pissed off his friend fights. There is also a point where the bartender says, "You know what? Things are a little boring in here.
things are boring.
Give me 2 challengers. Clear a circle. Outside, we're gonna fight." Two guys volunteer, and weapons get drawn.
Oh.
I'm putting money on the fucking Minotaur.
So he comes out.
Wait, is the
He's
Minotaur
very-
fighting or is...
He's fighting.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just like, 2 guys, fight for my pleasure.
He does look the type to have said that in past.
Right?
But one of the barmaids goes around with, a hat taking bets. The standing house odds are 2-1 in favor of the Minotaur.
I'll
So
put 20 gold on it.
okay. And the other 2 seem to be the 2 who volunteer don't seem to particularly know each other, but both are as tall as the Minotaur, but not quite as beefy.
The fucking look to the camera.
But yeah, one of them has a cutlass, the other has it. Honestly, just looks like a length of wood that he picked up somewhere. But at the club, rules are laid out that no one is to die, but short of that, go ham.
Good night.
Did you mention what weapon the Minotaur has, or does he have anything?
Raw beefcake energy.
Besides that, okay.
And before long, they start fighting. I'll make a couple rolls here. Almost did equals again. I swear I know what I'm doing. After the first sort of like exchange of blows, the Minotaur has one in a headlock, the one with the club in a headlock, and the other guy, and like is holding the other guy off with one arm. Okay. So then another bit of time goes on. Minotaur takes like a couple hits to the chin, but he throws the guy that he was holding off with one hand aside with his horns, like with the side of his horns. He's not goring anyone. And then like picks up the guy from under his arm and throws him after the guy. And it kind of carries on in this way where a little bit of blood is shed, but the Minotaur is holding his own quite well. And before too much time has passed, probably a couple minutes, which is forever in a fight, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
And the two guys each at their own sort of time tap out. The guy who had the cutlass is just unconscious. And the guy with the club is just like, nope, I'm done. He like drops the club, throws his hands up. I was like, no, he's bleeding from a wound in his forehead and his nose. The other eye is like swollen shut. He's got like his one hand is hanging at a bit of an awkward angle. He's taken a couple licks. And the barmaid goes around. There's, cheers and jeers and booze and all that go around.
She rings a bell she pulled out of nowhere.
Something like that, yeah. It's a cowbell.
Oh.
And she comes back around. Adema, you get 30 gold back.
Oh yeah, good old efficacious Equin. I knew he'd hung it in there.
I'm sorry, did you say Equin?
I was gonna say Equin is horse.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to know.
I think you meant bovine.
I wanted alliteration and I'm drunk. Leave me alone.
Valid. I'll let it play.
Boisterous bovine.
All of the people, like most of the crowd, heads back in, and the party just gets higher and higher. Ithvuk has passed out already at this point. But yeah, the night kind of carries on along this way, and probably like the moon is on its way to the western sky before the tavern really seems to like empty out at all. And you think maybe if you're meeting here in the morning, it might be time to call it a night.
Yeah, so I asked the barmaid where are the nearest resting, like an inn, resting quarters, whatever equivalent this town has.
Oh, well, most sailors end up just sleeping on their ships. But I think she kind of scratches her chin a bit. I think actually just next door they usually have a couple spare beds at least.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Oh, of course. Yeah, and it will kind of handwave because negotiating for rooms is probably like for a place to sleep for the night is probably my least favorite part of the Tavern Night. The 5 of you can have a place to stay for a total of 5 gold.
I'll pick it up.
A total of 1 gold. Sorry.
1 gold for all of us.
Yes.
All right, I'll take it off mine.
We're not sleeping on the ship? What kind of fucking sailors are we?
Well, we're coming here in the morning.
Do you want to drag a passed out fishman to the ship?
Yes. Yes, I would.
I am not dragging him any further.
Dana had volunteered to carry him, so.
Well, if you guys want to go back to the ship, we can. I just thought being in proximity to our meeting place would be optimal, but whatever you guys want to do.
Damon does have to make prayers at night, so he does need to be near the water.
Oh.
We're on the coast.
So back to the ship then? I guess I'm
enough.
not spending that gold then.
Gonna drag Ithvuk into the sea.
Hey, I'm fine. I can breathe underwater.
Yeah, he's amphibious, so.
Oh, he's right.
I almost wanted to say, he's blue, he'll be fine.
No, I'll come along to the end.
Oh, we are going to the inn?
Yeah, I don't want to split the party any more than we already have.
Well, if you need to go back to the ship for your spells, I'll go. We'll go.
I think we can realistically say I can get a prayer in before we head off to sleep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, then yes, I'm spending the gold.
Fasa, you're the shit! Alright, get into prayer.
Sick prayer.
Yup. Yup.
Roll for being the shit.
All right, and so you all head to bed, and that's where we're gonna call it for the night.
I was gonna say I don't know if we wanted to like plan what we're doing in the morning or if we wanted to save that for the next session.
You guys are all drunk.
That's true. Well, I'm not.
Barry's not.
But if everyone else is, then wouldn't make for good strategizing talk.
How much did I drink?
Well, Simon, you're not drunk, but you sound like you are.
Sorry, what was that, Tyron?
I didn't drink a lot. He just kind of nursed his 3rd and 4th one.
Okay, gotcha. All right, great session. Everyone loves the Tavern Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are on Tisbagà.
Nice.
Your goal is in sight.
Mm-hmm.
I love it here. I'm not leaving.
It's
What
pretty
is
fun.
going to happen next time on Scourge of the Dragon Sea?
Finally, the moment of what the fuck are we gonna actually do?
All
I
right.
suggest if Ithvuk is to leave in the night, don't let him leave. There's the powder shop right next to the place.
Oh no! Don't no!
Not the fire.
I figured your plan was to use the gunpowder to blow up his ship or something.
That's
It's
possible.
also a solid plan.
Or just commit arson in general.
Just
If he was
general-
something he'd be in
General arson.
Entire town.
It was going to be. I would possibly respond to
We don't have to get innocents involved.
Quick.
You guys have heard of the Halifax explosion, right?
Oh boy. Yep.
We don't
That's
have
all.
to.
That's all I'm gonna say.
We don't have to get involved. Those who are
Going to be a
relatively
very
innocent.
It was going to be a very big distraction.
Very big explosion. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching this episode of Scourge of the Dragon Sea. I hope you enjoyed it. Itchy, take away your outro that you like to do.
Yeah, all right. So thank you all, as always. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure to follow the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to see more of our amazing, fun D&D session. It looks like my buddy Scoots from StreamOn is streaming some Valorant, so I'm going to send our viewers over there. And yeah, let us know what you thought about our fun little tavern night, and if there's anything else in particular you want to see from us, let us know in the comments. Thank you all once again, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.
No.
Night.